Hello everyone, it's Melanie. So today I have a vintage junk journal to share with you, and I've made this from the Prima Almanac papers, and inside I've filled it mostly with tea dyed and coffee dyed papers, and this was something I really wanted to try, but I hadn't made enough of the papers up in the past to make a whole journal. So I decided to do more coffee dyeing this time, and I also baked the coffee dyed papers in the oven for a few minutes to dry them out, and I think I got some really good results with this paper. So I'll just show you. This book has come out at about 5 by 7, and I've just used some vintage lace hair and crocheted lace hair, and on the crocheted lace I used some Tim Holtz Distress Stain to just dye it up, sort of make it a bit darker. I used a black elastic and a button for the closure, and the covers are made from cereal packaging. And this piece is actually the flap at the top of the cereal packaging. And I did see a video of how to do this, and I'm sorry I can't remember the lady who did the original video, but she actually made a slot in the front cover and slotted this part of the flap in there, but I found that didn't really work. So I just left the flap like this and used the elastic band closure. So then on the front I covered it with the almanac papers, which I absolutely love. And this is one of the cutouts from the paper. And this is another piece from the paper. And this book, I'm probably going to use it for quotes and maybe a bit of journaling. So inside, the first quote that I've added is, "I dreamed 1,000 new paths, I woke and walked my old one," and that's a Chinese proverb. And I also everything's been edged in Tim Holtz Distress Stain, just to make it look a bit older and grungy. And this is just some butterfly ribbon tape. And then the first page, I think this is some of the coffee dyed paper. And this stamp, which I don't think I've actually got here. Oh yes, and some of the stamps that I used were from this set. This is the Paper Mania, Do Crafts Paper Mania Urban Stamps. That was the stamp I used. Also used the little bird, and I think there's actually a key with that which I haven't put back in the packet. So that's the first page. This is just a little image from the Graphics Fairy, which I've cut out and edged again with the Tim Holtz Walnut Stain, and that's a brown bag. And then it says, "Memories are stitched with love." And that's from this set. This is a freebie set that I got from a magazine. And I also used the scissors in there, and I think the dress form. So that's another stamp from the Paper Mania Urban Stamps. Another scrap of paper. I think this is the tea dyed paper. This is some lined paper that's also been tea dyed, and I added some vintage lace there, and then I added another piece of lace here for a pocket, and a couple of tags. This is another postcard image that I got from the Graphics Fairy. And this is a craft type paper. I made another pocket here and some more little tags here. These are just both cutouts from the almanac papers, and this is just a little tag that I received in a soap package that I bought online. With this piece of paper, this is the almanac paper again. This is where I did, I think I dipped this in some tea, and then I also got the tea bags out and sort of splodged it all over these areas as well. And also the tea bag did split after a while, so it has left some of the little tea dregs have also gone onto the paper as well in places. Oh yeah, it's done it here, you see, it's left these sort of brown marks on the paper. That's a piece of washi tape. It's another pocket with a couple of tags. That's from the Graphics Fairy, and that's from, I think that's a cutout from the papers. And the little bird stamp up there from the Paper Mania stamps. This is another stamp again from the Paper Mania Urban stamps. This is some handmade paper. This is was from a pack that I bought from the Works, but I haven't actually been able to buy any more of that paper, so it's a bit of a shame really. This is another piece of, I think that's another piece of tea-dyed paper. And the little clock. And this page, this is another page that I did with the tea bag. And I put a paper clip there with some black seam binding. And that's another postcard from the Graphics Fairy. That's another cutout as well from the papers. And this is some more areas where I used the tea bag. That piece is plain, that's the tea dyed paper. And that's the scissors from the free stamp set. And then I also came across this graph paper, and I think it might have belonged to one of my children. And one of the pages had, well, it's actually not showing up on here, but one of the pages had actually started to brown. I think it was this bit. So that was quite good. That's just a USA stamp that I received on a letter. It's another brown paper bag. That's a stamp again from the Paper Mania stamp set. That's the other side of the paper bag. That's from the free sewing stamps. In a dress form. That's again the tea-dyed paper. And this is another quote which says, "I believe people are in our lives for a reason. We're here to learn from each other," by Gillian Anderson. This is some more of the tea bag paper. And that's a free stamp that I got from a magazine. This is another piece that I did with the tea bags. And a bird stamp. That's the other side of the handmade paper. This is a cutout from the paper. And that's the key. That is also in the Urban stamp set. And there's another one with a tea bag where the tea dregs came out of the bag. Some more tea bag. This is a piece of brown craft paper, and this is from another set that I've got. I think this is also a Paper Mania set. Some quite good stamps there. I probably bought that from the range, I think. And I've got a lace pocket here with a couple of more tags. That's from the Graphics Fairy, and that's another tag from the Prima Almanac. That's again from the Urban Stamps. And this is another quote which came out quite long, so I just thought I would add that as like a bookmark. I've put it in with a paper clip and the seam binding. Another stamp, that's the key again. Another brown paper bag with a little bird. And this is some coffee dyed paper. And that was the effect that I've got on the paper after baking it in the oven. So I was really pleased with that effect. And another quote and some more of the ribbon tape. And then some pink paper from the almanac again on there. So, and that's the back, just with the lace again. So that's it, that's my vintage journal. I hope you liked watching my video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.